Hey everybody, Jay Barino here, and welcome back. We're playing some more UEDAIP, Mission 2 of the Protoss campaign. So send me in. We don't need to watch these. Again, none of these have been changed, though the objectives all say to be determined, which is interesting. Enemy Zerg can use Nidus canals to produce units. Destroying them will slow down production. We learned this in previous maps where it was much more intense, like on To Chain the Beast. So expansion down here, and then this is different. And we have an ally up here, unless that's Blue Zerg, but I don't know why we would have vision on them. So I guess get me started and see what's going on. I don't know how I feel about these mineral regeneration things when the Nexus costs so much more. Starting with an observer is nice. You know what? This is my chance, I guess, to scout out. Just like all up through here. Cool. That'll figure it out. And let's hotkey this. So that base is still down here. So we probably want to take that as soon as possible. So the thing is, some of these, like, they all start so low. So it's like, yeah, they do regenerate, but if you oversaturate, then you're going to mine it out way too fast. So it's almost like you don't want to like even fully saturate. You probably want 1.5 probes per number of mineral patches at this point. Wait, can we even get down here? Okay, there's resources there. Keep making probes. Pylon here. And let's go assimilator as well. 1453 on that is not that much. It's like you almost have to micromanage which mineral patches your probes are going to, especially at the beginning. Okay, there is a goofy vertical ramp there. Let's check this down here. That's very close to the Cerebrit, so it's possible that's going to be an expansion the enemy will take. Let's get a forge out. And again, I'm just trying to get as much information as possible. We just have to decide like when and where we want to attack. What's the most valuable for us? Like what if we expanded like down here and just like built as many units as possible right here, as close to the Cerebrit as possible? Distract the Zerg while Phoenix gets into position. Phoenix, yeah, kill the Zerg Cerebrit. Phoenix must survive and cannot lose all gateways. So he's up here, it looks like. He doesn't have a Nexus, but he does have the ability to make Reavers. It's just distract the Zerg while Phoenix gets into position. Okay. Interesting. Again, in the original, I wasn't really sure what that meant, and now I still don't really know what that means. We do want to just make some early zealots to keep us alive. Wait, there's a is it burrowed? Oh, yeah, it's burrowed down there. I'm gonna go get it. I don't like it. Good work. Hydralisk's stronger in this version of the game as well. So we want to take a base. We could take this one up here, though this one seems a little juicier with more mineral patches. So I think let's save up and probably take that as soon as possible. And again, we don't want to overbuild probes, because if we mine these out too early, then we're not really getting the benefit of them in any substantial way. So that's just something we have to keep in mind. It's interesting because the Nexus costs more, but you're getting a benefit that is actually balanced for, in the sense that the mineral fields have like nothing on them, you know? So, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. Too bad we grabbed a probe here that is holding some resources. Let's go here. Here comes some Zerg. We could just bottleneck them on the ramp here. Cool. And then, yeah, again, we have to save up 600 resources. So we have 8 probes, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 patches. So let's build this, and then we can get a few more probes on minerals up there. So I'm building this, and it's like super undefended. Early expansions that you can't defend are really, really risky in this mod, I think. Just really, really risky. I like the idle zealot animations. They're neat. Can you get through there? Yeah, because they can float through. Let's save up and get our Cyber Core. Maybe one more probe on resources. And like this guy's the juiciest one, but he's furthest in the back, so probes aren't going to. They're not going to prioritize going back there, I don't think. Cyber core so that we can start getting dragoons, and then as soon as this finishes, we can get a pylon with some cannons on this ramp, and if we position our units here, that would be ideal. Okay, so Teal is attacking us here. I thought Teal was Blue's nemesis. Considering the Cerebrit is... again, the objective is to, like, basically hold out, so I'm not really in a rush to, like, move out and try and find enemies. Though maybe I should? I don't know. It's scary stuff. This finishing will make me feel pretty good. Let's get another pylon back here. And then get some dragoons and get a second gateway. Never mind, they're expensive. Okay, cool. I'm going to get this saturated, and I'm going to save, because if this base gets rolled super early, then, again, I would consider that close to a loss, in that it's not very well recoverable. Singularity charge is sort of a definite thing that we need. Actually, wait. No. Cancel Singularity charge, and I would like to get that second gateway first. Then we get Singularity charge. At this rate, we didn't really save much time in either case. If we would have just waited after we queued up Singularity charge, it wouldn't have mattered.
Upgrade complete.
I think that's my +1 attack that just finished. Yeah. Okay, good. I mean, we have some decent scouting information. The enemy has Impalers. I have one observer. Oh, okay. I was going to say I have one observer, but we have the ability to make more. So it's looking like we have to push across here to get to our ally, which I will certainly do over time. We're not quite there yet. Let's go ahead and get our pylon nestled down in here. Like that. And then hotkey some gateways. We want to just get, I think, a lot of dragoons with enough zealots in front to just withstand the heat, but not necessarily to be major damage dealers. See, like, these patches that are below 100, I think you run at risk mining out, and then you lose that long-term advantage from them. It's interestingly balanced. Where it's like, it's balanced in that the Nexus costs more, but also the resource patches are garbage. So, you know, I get some mixed messages on why this is supposed to be good again. I think it's actually meant to be a minor, no, I don't want to say disadvantage, but it's meant to take it's meant to take some of your focus away, because you have to think more about how you saturate your bases, when in the past you didn't have to do that. Let's move down here so we can, you know, I was about to say come down here so we can cover this. Oh, I'm glad you know what? I'm glad I built that assimilator. I'm trying so hard to move him. Okay, and then we're going to head back to the middle. And then I would like to build some cannons up here, because I have a bunch of stockpiled resources, and you know what? Let's go ahead and take this too, and then just start pumping out dragoons. We could easily block this if we're not careful, so let's put this kind of to the side. One cannon is not going to be enough. As we saw last mission, okay, units were poorly placed there, unfortunately. So the enemy's attacking us pretty frequently now, as you saw. That was 2 attacks in 2 different places, pretty fast. Our other geyser is already depleted, so what we can do is just take a couple probes from up here and put them on the other geyser.
You have not enough minerals. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Can't cancel that. Cancel that. And I need zealot speed. That's a lot of hydras. A double attack wave. You'll love to see it. Okay, we did live. I'm going to put this observer down here so we can have vision on things that are coming down from this direction. And then I'm going to get like 1 or 2 more cannons over here to ensure that this doesn't go down. And that's more than 1 or 2 cannons, but that's all right. We can saturate this a bit more because the patches are a little less juicy. Okay, we definitely need more observers, and I would like to get more dragoons. So we're just again, we're apparently waiting for Phoenix to get into position. I don't know what that means. Do we actually have to, or can we just make progress at our leisure? Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We need to leave room here for my units to actually get through, but we can still cram a couple extra cannons here around the edges. Yeah, let's get the shield restoration. That's just something that scales with the more units that you have, so that seems pretty good. I'm going to keep getting more dragoons, and let's go ahead and get... How much does our robo cost? 300. We can also make a Stargate this mission. I'm not sure for what, but that seems good. Okay, we do have an abundance of gas. Just going to, like, sort of weave my way in there with the probe. Something like that. Okay, static defense again can do okay work for you in this mod, but it is very, very scary. Wait, I thought I started this. Well, we're starting it now. Or is this like level 2? No, I thought I started that. I don't know. Anyway, our income is okay. Again, these mineral patches, I think, are starting to get a little juicier. So we have that long-term situation. We're going to have to probably move up and assist Phoenix here pretty soon. The attacks are going to begin to get out of control if we're not careful. I'd like to take this base so that we have a launching point. We can even just, like, cram a pylon in here so that we can make some cannons along the edge, and then we can set the base up. I can even make a gateway back here so that I can make a few zealots to secure this area, too. We just don't have those really hard-hitting... Oh, okay, they're taking that. Well, we're not going to allow that, so let's get on up there. Should have canceled that. And we'll get a probe up there. Okay, we're good down there.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, they're all over the place. They're all over the place. Make this nexus. Okay, that stuff has to stay there, and then we need to rebuild some defense down in this area, this location, just to kind of hold on to it. Where? And they're going for the Citadel. Weird. Okay, let's go ahead and get this robo facility finally. Cool. Love that. Dark Swarm. What? We lost everything up here. We lost literally everything. Okay, pylon me. I think I'm hitting that point now where I'm realizing that, like, now I'm too slow. Like, I felt really good setting up all my stuff, but now I'm thinking that we're running out of time, and I blew it. I'm not sure, though. Let's go ahead and get multiple more gateways. Something about Phoenix getting into position, but he's not doing anything. I think we need to get Phoenix into position, I think is how this should be explained. I understand that there's some, like, oh, this was how it was originally worded, but it's silly when it doesn't actually make any sense. Uh-oh. Okay, good. You gotta make it make some sort of sense. Because currently it does not. Because Phoenix isn't doing anything. The objective should say, assist Phoenix getting into position. Oh, that's bad. Okay.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. We are under attack. My life for my minerals.
4, 5, 6, 7. And then we get this saturated. It's not like we've been playing for super long. Thankfully, you don't need the Robo Bay anymore as the prerequisite to get an observer. Because that's less fun. Just keep making stuff. What can we make here? Well, make several observers. We see that we need them. But don't worry, we're plagued, so he can one-shot us. Cool. Saved.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Not enough minerals.
Let's rotate a few of these fellas back down here. We could try some Hornets. Those are 450. Oh my gosh! This production structure cost is possibly my least favorite thing about the vanilla maps. This is completely wiped out again. I can't build enough to stay on top of any of this. It's endless. It's actually endless. And there's no room here to build anything. All right, let's spend $1 billion to get a Stargate. Those Hornets are pretty good. Part of the problem, too, is blue just seems like trash. Like, they've done nothing. I thought the whole point was we're waiting for them to do something, but they're not actually doing anything. I don't know, man. I was waiting there to see if somehow Dark Swarm is better in such that, like, they can shoot through it, but I can't. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. Let's move some of these Dragoons up here. You know, last time I said it's too early to tilt, but I actually don't think it is. I think this is the exact time to be tilted. This very moment. Mission 2.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, I beg of you to please rally down here now.
We are under attack.
That area at the bottom that I set up is in good shape. I'm happy with it. Can I just kill the Cerebrate without blue? He can't even kill a single Nidus Canal. He's completely crippled. I don't know what's wrong with him. I think his Reavers are stuck. No, they're not stuck. They're moving. And he's not dependent on resources. I feel like I got a broken ally on this map. I'm not sure, though. You can attack them. You don't just have to sit there. You weren't on hold position. I feel like my units in general are less responsive as well. So it's weird. Like, those zealots just wander off into no man's land to fight, but then I had those two that were sitting on the bridge that just refused to respond when they were getting attacked. I don't understand what's happening. I'm scared. I can make scouts?
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Where did that even come from? He must have snuck around there? Yeah, okay. So where do we go? What do we want to do? Because honestly, the thought of attacking across these tight bridges seems like an actual nightmare. Just make a lot of zealots. And get a bunch more pylons. Feels like we have the economy now to be pushing with lots of zealots, because again, we have unlimited minerals, assuming we don't oversaturate. This is saturated. This is probably mined out. Yeah. So in theory, we could actually keep this up for a very long time with just zealots and cannons. I don't want to, but it's possible. Okay, and then no matter what happens, we have to make sure that we keep enough stuff at home so that we don't get rolled. Are you okay, buddy? I mean, it's like, I look back, remember like NORAD 2? Like, sometimes you just get a bad roll. Like, you just get a brain-dead ally who just a bad roll. You get unlucky with the direction that enemies go, or, you know, whatever. I don't know what a robotic support bay would be needed for in this specific instance, but I'm going to get one, and we're going to spend my gas on these little goofballs. Oh, all right. I'm going to send like a big group of zealots up here, and we're going to try and push across this bridge. Okay, good luck. These like super tight corridors. See, imagine a world right now where we were like pushing across and blue was like met up with us and was like making progress. This is not that world. Can I get sight range? No. Not sure why this building did not get queued up. Maybe it was a resource issue. I'm not sure. Well, we killed the Defiler. And then these guys, you gotta move because you're like directly in my way. Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Well, we certainly need another one of those. I had more, and I don't know where they're at. And without observers, I think we cannot push through here because there's too many of those impalers. They're confused, though. Like, the AI for them is strange. They, like, unburrow and then reburrow. That doesn't seem purposeful, but I'll take it. Okay, let's kill this Defiler mound. We've made the slightest amount of progress. I'll take it. Why would you be coming? Why? What? StarCraft 1, what a fun game. When your units just do the wackiest of things. Observer. We got him. Stop.
engaged the enemy.
What if we just go for this white base? Darn. Let's get observers up here instead. Then Hornets. And then we got a nice... oh, blue! He's doing it! What happened? Why is he now all of a sudden online? Is it because we stemmed the tide coming from white? I guess because we technically did distract the Zerg, and he doesn't know what he's doing. This poor man, he's just... Grandpa Phoenix, let's get you back to bed. Sending your units out in these random directions. So I guess, you know what? I take it all back. We literally distracted the Zerg. And then Phoenix somehow, I don't know. I don't know if it was like the perfect setup such that we attacked one time and it actually took enough pressure off of blue that he could actually accomplish anything. I don't know. But he's cleaning up Teal. Teal in Brood War is the Psi enemy, which is really neat. Okay, there we go. Needing to tech to observers fast is not ideal, but it's what we've got. It's what we got to do. So, all right, let's come on down here. A very large force here. We should split some of this up to send up in this direction. And I can't upgrade the Hornet attacks. In fact, I think the Hornet attacks are here. Yeah, robotics damage is separate. Well, we got plenty of minerals, so I should make more gateways, maybe? We need to always have enough Dragoons to kill those big flocks of Mutalisks that come in. Okay, we're okay. I think we're on our victory push here. White really hates us. White is Balrog? I'm trying to remember what each of the different broods do in vanilla. I remember what they were in Brood War. I think there's a lot of changes in vanilla that are interesting, but there's also several that I really don't like, which I've talked about the costs and stuff of production structures. It's just not my favorite thing. We did destroy part of white already. That's a positive. They're restoring each other's shields. That's nice. Move on in, please. And they get a flippin' Ultralisk that spawns out of this. If I kill my Robo facility, will I get a Reaver? We should test it at the end. Because I bet I won't. Like, I'd hope I would, but I feel like I probably won't. Let's go up here. It's just so we got to keep everything together because we keep getting picked off by these little baby attacks. They just distract you. Some of your units get left behind. Okay. Up here. Over here. Cool. And then that one. Stupid broodlings. Those will despawn eventually, but it takes a long time in StarCraft 1. Okay, that should be most of Teal. They're floating their overlords near us. That's a good sign. I could make scouts. I'm going to keep making Hornets, stack these up. If you get like a huge mass of those, then I think that's really, really solid. We need Zealots tanking Ultralisks, please. Yeah, good job. Keep some pressure on white. Admittedly, Again, I think it's more the tech tree than anything that throws me for a loop. It's just the cost of production makes it feel like it takes me so long to get off my feet, and then I start getting anxious being not able to make much progress early on. And then you've got the weird, like, well, now they're larger. It took a long time. It took 30 minutes, but now they're, like, looking healthy. Scary stuff. Is Phoenix in position? Will he ever be in position? Let's go and take this again. I guess let's just go kill the Cerebrate. I sort of feel like maybe if we did a full-on attack with this group here, then we could have just killed the Cerebrate and ignored Phoenix completely in the first place. And now I sort of regret not doing that. You know, playing too much into the rules, you know? Hornets, let's chase down these.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I think maybe I just did a bad job reading the map and understanding what the heck was going on here. Because the reality isn't, like, distract the Zerg to get Phoenix into position, because it seems like Phoenix is never, like, actually in position, or maybe he's always in position. I don't know. I don't understand what it means for Phoenix to be into position. But regardless, oh, there's more teal down here. That might explain it. Well, we're just going to do, like, a multi-pronged attack straight into their base at this point. I feel like if you attack this white base, you're right by the Cerebrate. So, like, why do we need Phoenix? But anyway, I don't know. Just the wording, I feel like should just be slightly different because it's confusing. Hang on, I don't want these to just run into one spore colony and die. These are very powerful. Phoenix will arrive shortly and can warp in Reavers. Except there's the Cerebrate. Okay, well, you know what? You just stay here so that we don't risk you dying. And now we can build Reavers. You have to build Scarabs for your Reavers to attack. This just is sort of reinforcing that I did something wrong or out of order here. Because the last teal Nidus Canal is here, and if you're here... I mean, yeah, I guess you could snipe it. But if you're here...
I will remain behind and observe the effects of our attack. Return to the Citadel. I shall notify you when the brood becomes erratic.
If you're on that last Fenris Nidus Canal, then you're probably... You've already sort of won. You're, like, on top of the Cerebrate. I don't know. I feel like I only have I still, at the end, in retrospect, only have a limited understanding of how the map is kind of supposed to be approached. Maybe, like, you build the Hornets and then you just snipe the Nidus Canals, then you get control of the Reavers, but... was Phoenix's limited progress intentional? Or was it like you actually had to attack Teal in order to get Phoenix out of his base, and then he starts pushing? And if that's the case, again, it took me quite a long time to be able to get into the position to be pushing into Teal, and as such, I had a large enough army to just kill the Cerebrate outright. So if there was an intended way to approach this, I'm still not sure what it is, but I'm interested to hear about it. Again, 32 minutes is a little long for such an early map, so I'm assuming maybe if we would have put more pressure on Teal early, this would have been shorter and played more intentionally. Perhaps. But interesting map nonetheless, and that's the last time we're going to see Phoenix in his Zealot form, unfortunately. But that's also good because he's always a huge liability. He's always a huge liability. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.